Mendel conducted the crossing between two traits or two pairs of contrasting characters in garden P for better understanding of gene expression as well as for the verification of his results of monohybrid crosses. It is called dihybrid cross or inheritance of two genes. Mendel extended his work by a cross in which plants producing round and yellow seed were crossed with plants producing wrinkled and green seeds. In first generation, that is F1 generation, all plants were yellow and round seeded. It suggests that yellow is dominant over green and round seed is dominant over wrinkled seed. Mendel postulated that the segregation of one pair of unit factors will occur independently of the other pair or they will assort independently. The gametes must carry all possible combinations of the unit factors. On self-breeding the F1 plants, Mendel obtained 4 types of plants: round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow and wrinkled green. Here, round green and wrinkled yellow are new combinations of traits. This is possible only if there is independent assortment of traits of the two characters. The F1 parent can able to produce 4 types of gametes. The gametes which contain the factors responsible for round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow and wrinkled green. During fertilization, each zygote will have equal probability of receiving 2 of these combinations, one from each parent. Thus, in F2 generation, the progeny produced were round yellow, wrinkled yellow, round green and wrinkled green. Since 4 types of gametes, there will be 16 combinations. Out of the 16, 9 were round shaped and yellow colored. 3 out of 16 were wrinkled shaped and yellow colored. Then round green, that is one dominant and one recessive. That is 3 out of 16 and double recessive. That means both the characters, shape and color recessive. That is wrinkled green. Only 1 out of 16. Thus the traits were phenotypically expressed as 9:3:3:1. 9 round yellow, 3 round green, 3 wrinkled yellow and 1 wrinkled green. This ratio is called dihybrid ratio, that is 9:3:3:1. The two factors or alleles of a character separate out independently at the time of gametogenesis. They come together independently during fertilization. Fertilization produces new combination of traits. If progeny plants inherited a single whole gene set from each parent, then the above experiment, means dihybrid cross, cannot work. This is because the two characteristics of round shape and yellow colored would then be linked to each other and cannot be independently inherited. This is explained by the fact that each gene set is present not as a single long thread of DNA, but as separate independent pieces, each called a chromosome. Thus, each cell will have two copies of each chromosome, one each from the male and female parents. Every germ cell will take one chromosome from each pair, and these may be of either maternal or paternal origin. When two germ cells combine, they will restore the normal number of chromosomes in the progeny, ensuring the stability of the DNA of the species. Such a mechanism of inheritance explains the results of the Mendel's experiments, and it is used by all sexually reproducing organisms. In asexual reproduction, there is no halving of genetic material, neither doubling of the halved material. Instead, full gene complement or genetic material of the parent is transferred to the daughters through mitotic divisions. Let us know, how do the traits get expressed? Traits are morphological or physiological expressions of factors or genes. Genes are segments of DNA. Cellular DNA is the information source for making proteins in the cell. A section of DNA that provides information for one protein is called the gene for that protein. A dominant factor produces a fully functional protein. A recessive factor does not form a fully functional protein. Therefore, while a dominant factor can express its effect even in heterozygous condition, a recessive factor cannot do so. It shows its effect only when it is present in homozygous state, that is small t only represent dwarfness. The character of height in P is controlled by growth hormones. They are synthesized through enzymes produced by protein formed by growth factor. The dominant factor for tallness, that is capital T, synthesize a protein that efficiently give rise to growth hormones. Therefore, the plant becomes tall. In case of recessive factor for dwarfness, that is small t, less efficient protein is formed and it is present in homozygous state. As a result, less growth hormones are formed and the plant remains dwarf. Okay? How is the sex of a newborn individual determined? Different species use very different strategies for this. In some cases, environmental factors determine sex of the individual. That is, it is non-genetic determination of sex. Environment plays vital role in sex determination as follows. In some animals, the temperature at which fertilized eggs are kept determines whether the animals developing in the eggs will be male or female. Crocodiles and some lizards are male at a high temperature and female at a low temperature. In other animals such as snails, individuals can change sex, indicating that sex is not genetically determined. In human beings, the sex of the individual is genetically determined. The genes inherited from our parents decide whether we will be boys or girls. Human beings possess 23 pairs of chromosomes. 22 pairs are autosomes, which determine body characters. One pair of chromosomes are 6 chromosomes. All human chromosomes are not paired. Most human chromosomes have a maternal and a paternal copy, and we have 22 such pairs. But one pair called the 6 chromosome is odd in not always being a perfect pair. Women have a perfect pair of 6 chromosomes, both called X chromosomes. But men have a mismatched pair in which one is a normal sized X chromosome while the other is a short one called Y chromosome. So, women are XX while men are XY. All children will inherit an X chromosome from their mother regardless of whether they are boys or girls. Thus, the sex of the children will be determined by what they have inherited from their father. A child who inherits an X chromosome from her father will be a girl, and one who inherits a Y chromosome from father will be a boy. That means father is responsible for sex of the child. It is a matter of chance whether a couple will give birth to a boy or a girl.